All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig. You're through to the Combat Show. Joining me, as always, is the two co-hosts. First of all, Ola, say hello to the people. Ola.
Hello, people. We're back with the review. We promised you was going to do something on Sunday, and here we are. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, and also joining me is Will. Say hello to the people. Will.
Hello, people. How we doing? Let's just get the show cracking because
Cool.
this is probably going to be my worst show ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
these two are hanging. They're hanging
Yeah,
right now.
it's not even they're hanging. It's just how
I'm revived, man. I'm revived, man. I got
how
bare energy,
smug,
man. I
how
come with all
smug
the
this guy
smoke
feels.
for all
Yeah,
you.
because he's already been to my house. He's already been to my house. So how smug this guy feels today, right? It's just
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he feels vindicated because he out of everybody probably got the most picks right. Um,
everything, almost everything.
Um, apologies for me running late. It's me that ran these guys late. So apologies for that. Not used to these Sunday shows. A couple of things I need to take care of. But hopefully you guys will enjoy the show. For those of you waiting for the Connor thing, we'll tackle the Connor thing after the review of yesterday's show. And then, yeah, you may find that might not be very long. so we'll leave that towards the end. But all right, let's get into this show. I hate watching Ola feel braggy and proud. But
You hate it. I've had to have him in my house.
He-
I've had to have him in my house.
yes. So for
why
those
don't
of you
you? Why do?
wondering what we're talking about, I keep falling into bets with these lot. And I made a bet, and I made a bet on the wrong freaking fight. So annoyed. So annoyed. When I thought about it this morning, I was like, why did I back the inexperienced guy over the guy that I knew was going to win the fight? So annoyed. Anyway, but we'll talk through it. Let's go from the preliminaries onwards, yeah. Right towards the main event of the card. Could literally just be quick comments or however you want to go
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
Um,
Quick comment.
Cody Stanman versus Brian Keller. I think we all got this wrong, didn't we?
Yeah. That's one that we all went Kelleher. But
Yeah.
one thing I did say was it was going to be an all-out war. I didn't think neither of the two were going to finish each other. I thought
Mm.
both of them were going to bring it. They were throwing bombs. It's just one of those that it's typical of these two guys to throw the way they do, and rightfully so. It went to decision as we thought it would.
Mm.
Obviously, we had the wrong we backed the wrong horse in that one,
Mm.
but at the same time, Will brought something to my attention that missed my mind. Kelleher fought recently. I think if
He
he
did.
fought what
Recently.
couple fights ago. So
Yeah.
that if you know what I mean, it's something maybe we didn't take into
if we
consideration.
knew,
If
if
we
we knew, we
factor
would
that
have,
in, maybe that might have changed how we felt as well.
because
And
we said that
condolences
before the
to
fight began. We
yeah,
said that
and
before the fight
condolences to
began. Yeah.
Stammen's family as well for losing his brother.
Oh yeah.
It
That's
was
some
a very
tragic
very
shit.
difficult week for him. Very
Yeah.
emotional. It was shout out to that guy to even make it to the octagon and do what he did. So got nothing but high praises for him, and hope he gets through the grief that he's going through right now with his family.
We echo that. Yeah, completely echo that. Yeah, I thought it was a good performance, especially like you say, he lost his brother very tragically. Don't even know how he lost him, but I know he was 18 years old. And yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
passed
sad
away in
when you
his
lose
sleep.
someone like
They
that.
said,
I got,
Oh really?
I got,
yeah.
At least it's
yeah,
pain free, I suppose.
It's
yeah. The
what me
best
and
way
Will
to
was
die.
saying last night. That is the best way to go.
The
If
best way to
Yeah.
die.
if I ever want to go, that's how I'd want to go. You know what I mean?
Oh, like, you're never going like you're going through alcohol poison. I want you to know that.
Boy,
uh,
at
Up
least
in
I'll pick
proper
my
12 as
poison.
well. Up in
Sit
yeah,
there.
proper
proper
12.
12, don't it? It'll be the wrong proper 12 that you drink. But yeah, no, obviously I'm joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good performance from Cody. Was largely in control of the whole fight. Brian Keller, I think he fought on the 249 card. Like I really didn't get that recently.
Ferguson, Ferguson.
Yeah.
That's the one he did. Yeah.
You're right. I think if we had remembered that, I might have changed my mind. But yeah, I think good performance from Cody. Let's move on to the middleweight. Ian Heinisch versus Gerald Mir Shalahat. Never said that name properly. It was a quick work. Round one, nice and early. Truth be told, I missed this fight initially, and then I rewatched the highlight. But yeah, it was light work from Ian.
This is the first time me and Ola actually got it right and you got it wrong. This is your first wrong of the night because you went the other way.
Yeah, to be honest, couldn't even remember. I think you're probably right. I think I probably would have went Gerard, but yeah, you're probably right. I honestly can't remember what I picked in this one.
Nasty hand from Heinisch. He just dropped him, and I said about his ground and pound game. The ref had to drag him off of him, and convincing win. And yeah, on to the next fight for Heinisch. But Mieszko has to go back to the drawing board. It's a good fight. He's got a lot of power.
He's got a lot of experience, hasn't he? So
good experience as well. So I'm sure he'll come back. You know what I mean? I'm sure he'll come back. But Heinisch, yeah, Heinisch almost nearly didn't make the fight as well. Almost nearly didn't make the fight.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you know, they got it back together, and he made the weight cut and made the fight. So good win for him. Good win, solid win.
Okay. And then the chief support on the preliminary cards, your boy Alex Carreras versus
Bruce Leroy. Bruce Leroy, man.
This is the fight I bet on. When I should have bet on Sugar Shane. Why do I keep calling it Sugar Shane? Sugar
Sean.
I bet on Chase. Yeah, to be honest, this played out, and this is where it's going to get frustrating. I have to go with that prop. It played out exactly like Olaf said it would play out. Alex was just too experienced, too much know-how, and this fight just came way too early for Chase's career. Actually, in a way, if Dana's plan was to make him this big star, this is bad matchmaking. When you really saw how the fight unpeeled, actually, this fight was way too early in Chase's career. Way too early. But then on the flip side, what you could say is, all right, well, he's had that fight now. He'll learn from it, develop, and then get better moving on. What do you guys think?
First off, the matchmaking is not Dana who makes the matchmaking. It's Sean Shelby and some other guy for girls.
Yeah. But all I said was matchmaking. So whoever made it.
But if anything, yeah, guy's got a chin.
Yeah.
And if he puts the hands together, it might become a problem.
Yeah.
It might be some Ferguson type, Nate type fighter. Because
he's got no stand on the ground.
He got dropped though. Alex showed mercy on him, man. I'm just saying, blood. You know what I mean? He got dropped. Alex showed mercy and just stepped away and said, you know what? Come back up here, man.
Every time they went on the ground, every time they went on the ground, what did it look like? It looked like this guy is really, really good on the ground. You know what I'm saying? It's just he can't put his hands together.
Yeah.
Once this guy puts his hands together, he'll become dangerous. Because even though he got dropped and everything, to get hit that many times and not move your head, come on. This guy's going to be a problem.
Yeah. So, and that for me was the disappointing part because, like you say, he just kept coming forward, and there wasn't even a little bit of
they were trying to head movement. It was so slow. It was so slow compared to. I said to Ola, it was so slow. Like you could see it coming, and even Ola was even saying the punches he was gonna throw before he threw them, and Ola's not fucking fire. So there you go. You can see him coming. So yeah. So. Yeah, but was saying,
if I'm on proper 12 and I can tell what punches you're going to throw before you throw them, you're in trouble. Because Bruce Leroy can see that shit from a mile away.
Exactly. It was painful to watch, really. It's kind of like the main event.
Yeah. Gosh, we'll come on to the main event. I was sad watching it. I'll be honest. All right, let's go on to the main card then. Let's talk about our boy Aljo. Now, Ola felt the need for some reason today.
No.
Start.
We find. Let's start with Sugar Shane, man. Sugar Sean.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you're right. It is Sugar Shane. I completely missed that.
Let's start with Sugar Sean, man.
2 fights, in fact, I missed.
You get me?
Let's go with Sugar Shane and Eddie. Now, this is the one shining star I have. Because I said to Ola, it will be easy. Ola's response was, no, Eddie's a tough veteran and this, that, and the other. And that's what made me doubt myself. And then I was like, oh, shit, maybe I should have bet on it then. Maybe Ola knows something that I don't. And I knew it would be easy. And it was easy. 12-0, baby. 12-0.
Can I answer this for Ola?
Go on.
Have you looked at the bantamweight records for the most wins? Yeah, most fights and most wins in the bantamweight.
And most knockouts.
Yes, I know.
And most knockouts.
But that just means he's gritty and veteran. He's just been around the game a long time.
He's been champion, and he's been champion in everything he's been in. Every what do you call it? Organization he's been in. He's been a champion of the bantamweight. Every organization he's been in. Right. So when we were saying Sean O'Malley is the unknown, yeah. Let me make this easy for you. Yeah. Remember when Jose Aldo was gonna fight Conor McGregor? Yeah. Did anyone know what Conor McGregor was gonna do? We would put some respect on Aldo's name. Everyone would say Aldo's gonna blast him. Aldo's gonna do this. Aldo's gonna do this. It's the same kind of feeling. Those who knew Eddie very well were like, this ain't a walk in the park for your boy. Sean's gonna feel something today. Sean's gonna feel something, and then nobody knew. Yeah, that Conor would have done to Aldo. It's the same kind of thing that Conor done to Aldo that happened to Eddie. If you ask me. Go on.
Sorry, I wanted to add something. For me, I think Sean O'Malley has always been good, and he's just showed how fantastic it is. He just showed that he's there to mix it up in the bantamweight division, and to put someone like Eddie Wineland away in that fashion was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It was in a spectacular manner. And I thought to myself, when you look at Wineland, right? They've said it. Go and look at all his knockouts. This guy is coming to take people's heads off. But again, like I said in the last show, just because it didn't work out for you doesn't mean Wineland. It doesn't take that much away from him. You know what I mean? He's just more impressive for Sugar Sean. And O'Malley's been saying it all fight week. I want to have a viral knockout. He certainly delivered on that. He certainly delivered on that. And what did I say to you? What did I say to you when he had that walkout? Because I've been watching what he's been doing for the last month, even before this fight. And he done a music video. And I said, watch if he loses. They're gonna blame it on he's on the music video. He's doing what Saywood has been doing and all of that. Remember, I was saying to you, but it was so good that it's come full circle to come into 2 fights, and now you can start looking at him after beating a world champion in Wineland or former world champion in Wineland. I said, okay, you know what? He can start getting ranked now because that guy is not even ranked in the bantamweight division. Can you believe that? He's not even ranked. So, Sugar Sean. Yeah. So massive respect for the win.
He's new.
Yeah, he's a new kid on the block, but
he's just come back from suspension as well.
But I think from next week he will get some runs.
He'll be in the top 15 next week for sure. You can't have a knockout like that against at least a gritty veteran, and not be in that top 50. Although who knows the way they decide these rankings? Who knows?
Let me say something. To emphasize on what Archie said as well. The feint to throw a feint uppercut and then turn into a right hand. That was really good. That was Roy Jones-esque, yeah, with what he did there. That was Roy Jones-esque. But also, what I noticed was Copeland, whatever is it, Eddie, was actually really good. Because when he punched him the first few times, he moved O'Malley, you know. He moved O'Malley. And I know he didn't hit him that many times, but he's still, like, you could tell.
No, I know what you're saying. He made himself felt. Yeah.
Yeah, he came with the whoa. I thought, okay, this guy can punch. Yeah. And remember, he kept ducking under Sean's little roundhouse every time. Remember, Sean threw a few roundhouses that he ducked, and and I thought that's what scared me a little bit. Like, whoa, this guy actually might be able to do this job. You know, when I was just saying as you never know, this might be the fight. O'Malley might get it, but really, like, I started believing, like, oh, he might actually do it. So, yeah, until O'Malley did what he did.
We all got the same reactions as the commentator. Oh, like, whoa, what the hell just happened? Like, Wineland was snoring, and we heard like they said the man was snoring, he was making noises. I was like, God damn, you know what I mean?
Screaming, I told her.
And the walk away. I was actually thinking that was the fight that I bet you on. Ask Will, and I was like, God damn, did I just lose the tenner to Chig? And I went back on the show. I went back on the show and watched it, and I realized, oh, you fucking, you didn't take the bite. You didn't take the bite. You took the bite of Caceres. I was like, thank God for that.
I did the same thing. I was like, I swear I bet on Sean. I swear I bet on Sean, and then I had this bad feeling. I thought, let me just double check the predictions, and it was flipping Chase. I bet.
Yeah, it was. I was like, thank God for that. So yeah, man. Real happy.
Yeah. But no, good result.
I got away with murder there, you know what I mean?
But good result for Sugar Shane.
Yeah, man, fantastic
to see who they'll give him next, because you'd like to at some point in the next couple of fights, I'd love to see him and Cody. I'd love to see that fight.
Nah, you know who would make sense now?
Go on.
Corey Sandhagen.
Why?
Because Corey didn't get a chance to show his
Corey's too high up for him. That's the thing. Sandhagen is too high up for him.
Yeah, but still, like, if you really want to come into the top, because
Sandhagen is in the top 5 to fight an unranked fighter. Like,
I know, but I'm saying, like, if he gets ranked, you're saying he's gonna get ranked from this performance, right?
Yeah, maybe top 15. Maybe top 15. I'll start looking at top 10s.
His next guy he should call out should be. I'm saying, from perspective, his guy should call out should be Corey Sandhagen, because that's the quickest way to the title.
I think it should be Violent Bob Ross, Luis Pena. That's what I'd like to see him fight next. I think that'll be a fun fight too.
No.
Why not?
You see, because this guy can sell more than Adesanya can, if you ask me. And his demeanor is much more. I like Sugar Shane better than Adesanya, if you ask me. And the same way, as soon as they caught on, this guy's got a hype, Adesanya's got a hype, they fast tracked him. I feel like they're gonna do that with Sugar Sean.
Yeah, except Adesanya hasn't been on suspension for drugs.
And
so they're trying to slowly build him back up.
It was a fucked up drug charge.
It was, but nonetheless, he served the 2-year suspension for it. So at the end of the day, he still served suspension for it.
And they did. I
think they should build him back nicely. It's an exciting fighter, and I like him a lot. But I think Sandhagen is way too high up there to be given him. Not that he can't put in work against Sandhagen. I'm not saying he can't, and I'm not saying he's not capable. But I think it's a slow build up, and just build up his resume. That in the end is going to be undeniable when it gets right up there. You know, he's going to be undeniable. And I think someone like Luis Pena would catapult him up there if he was able to get a win over him, because he's a very respected fighter in that division. And I think it'll be a fun fight to watch as well.
Adesanya didn't do that. Adesanya had a quick run to people. He fought a wasted what's his name? Anderson Silva, done, and got a title shot.
Yeah, but you didn't see the fights. You didn't see the fights they had before that. No, he fought Derek Brunson, and before that, he fought Vettori. Let just back it up a little bit. You know what I mean? He didn't just go straight.
Who are they in the top 10? Who are they in the top 10?
But we're talking about Vettori. We're talking about Vettori. Vettori ain't even in top 10 like that. When they fought him, Derek Brunson was probably the first proper named top 10 fighter in that division.
After Derek Brunson, he got Anderson Silva. That's backwards. That's going backwards. And then to go backwards and then get a title from fighting Derek Brunson. Come on. Anderson Silva
but like I said,
in the top 15.
Adesanya wasn't suspended. He wasn't suspended. Look, we can agree to disagree. You want him to fight Sandhagen. I think Sandhagen is way too high up there.
Oh no, I'm saying he
needs to fight somebody way lower to try and get up there.
I'm saying they're gonna fast track him with how his popularity and everything else. They're gonna fast track him like they did with Adesanya. That's what I'm saying. And if you look at it, if you look at how Adesanya's rise to popularity was, it was because he was just real. This guy's real.
We'll see.
He smokes.
You know what I mean?
He's like, you get what I'm saying? He's a whole different ball game of real. When it comes
I'd pump the brakes a little bit on them. I think they're moving in along fine. I'd probably match him up with someone like Rivera, someone like that. Bit of a name, probably past the hill.
He'll fuck him
match up well against.
He'll fuck up. Look, Eddie Copeland could not cope. So you think all these other guys? Come on, let's be serious. We need to start putting him in a serious conversation now. I don't
know. I'm kind of more leaning towards Ola's way of doing it. I wouldn't want to rush him.
I know what you're leaning. I know what you're leaning towards, and I know what the UFC will do. Just watch. They'll fast track him. Watch. They'll fast track him. They're losing their stars. They're losing their stars. Remember, UFC's losing their stars hardcore. They need new superstars.
Do you know what will tell that?
They'll fast track him.
Where he's placed in the rankings.
Yeah.
So if he's placed somewhere between 15 and 12, then I think they'll take his time with him. If he's more than 12, then I think you possibly might be right, and that they might just fast track the shit out of him. I think that would be the wrong thing to do. I think they're building him up nicely.
I agree. I agree.
Look, I know how you guys feel, but I'm talking from a business. I'm not talking from emotions now. I'm talking from a business perspective of what's going on with the UFC, with the stars. Everyone's saying what they're saying. They're gonna fast track.
They're all bluffing, blood. Like, come on,
I know they're all bluffing, but Dana needs to bluff too. That's what I'm trying to say. Dana needs to bluff too. And if he's got guys who are already willing to step in these guys' chambers, then he's good. He'll be laughing, going, "See ya, bye. I've got a new superstar coming in anyway." That's what I'm trying to say. That's the bluff that Dana has to pull. So he's gonna try and do. You know why? Yeah, Conor retired. You know how really Conor retired. Look at the whole weekend what they were talking about.
We'll talk about Conor retiring later, man.
Nobody mentioned
we'll talk about that later. Man. We'll get to that later.
All right. Okay.
But this is what I'm trying to say. He's playing a great game. Dana's playing a great game. I'm not caring. You guys can say whatever you want. I don't care. The show goes on. Yeah, the show goes on.
I've got my opinion on that, but like Ola says, we'll come to that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about all of our boys. Neil Magny getting the job done against Anthony Rocco Martin. I thought he did very well because first round came, a little worried. The shots weren't that effective. Anthony Rocco was. Don't get me wrong. I know what you're about to say. This is the way Magny always fights. He grinds his opponents down. He just outworks them. His engine is amazing. That much I'll give him. Always very consistent. And that's exactly what happened in this fight. He just essentially ground Martin down with his work rate. That was all that happened. And my man slowed down. Magny stayed at a very consistent level and just outworked him. I'll be honest with you, and I don't know if Ola feels the same here. I don't know if Magny will ever get to that level. I think the middleweight division is such a stacked division. I can't see him being much more than a gatekeeper. But he's operating at a good level. He's making good money. I like Magny a lot. Power to him. That's my view on that.
I'm there with you as well. That's why I leave Magny. Just do the gatekeeping job. He's a good gatekeeper. If you want to test your cardio, if you want to test your grind, if you want to really see what it's like to break into that top 5 in that division. You got to go through someone like Magny to see if you have what it takes to get in there. And Magny is that guy.
I thought Magny was 170.
You're right.
Sure.
You're right. He is 170. But
I thought he was 170.
sorry, I read middleweight for some stupid reason.
Yeah,
Welterweight,
Usman
you're right.
did say he's been sparring with him and he's been keeping in shape, which is what I said on the last show as well. So yeah, you're right, Will. Magny is just,
but still copy and paste.
He's still a gatekeeper. Even in that division, he's still a gatekeeper. He's still a gatekeeper there. And look, Magny on a given day, he'll do a job. You know, DC vindicated me. Yes, I love it. I love DC, man. Yeah, I give him a lot of stick. You know what I mean? I say he cries and everything, but he vindicated me last night, blood, when he said everybody for Bolo Young was gonna fuck him up.
Stop fucking laughing, Chig. Stop fucking laughing.
When he said everybody for Bolo Young, jingling liang, jingling liang.
As soon as he did that, I thought of you immediately. I was like, I must be like, yes, see, it's not only me.
I'm not the only one. Thank you, DC. You know what I mean? We thought Jingling Liang was going to wipe the floor with this guy. I think Magny put some work on him. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I thought, thank God, man. DC, you know what? You're my guy, man. For now, you know what I mean? You're my guy. You're my guy, man. You get me? So, he vindicated me yesterday. And, look, Magny is that guy. You can't count him out, or you can't always count him out. I learned that the hard way. And but there's certain fights you think, okay, yeah, he's gonna go and do that, and then it just doesn't turn up.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's a good gatekeeper. I'll give him that.
The first round, Ola felt that way. The first round, Ola really felt that way. It was like, see, this is why I don't bet on him. See. Ola,
I'm not gonna lie, I was worried first round. I was worried first round. But then
I was like, this is why you can't back him.
I should have remembered what he fights like. And actually, to be honest, when I look back at that first round, he was just remaining calm. Got tagged a couple of times, but remained calm throughout. Controlled the fight, large part of the fight, really. And in the end, I thought it was a good performance from him. I don't think he gets much better than that. But I think he is what he is. He is what he is.
Can we skip the next one real quickly? Because I don't really want to dwell on that one.
Why?
I don't really want to dwell on it.
No.
I don't really want to dwell on it.
You know, I fast tracked his payments as well, but I paid on the spot, blood.
So, Mr. Black Scorpion over here, Ola, decided he would text me and goes, because I was pleased that Aljo won. I want to reiterate, I am still pleased Aljo won. This is Ola. Oh, but I thought you thought that Aljo would lose. So, I wanted Aljo to win. I just didn't think he'd get the job done. And boy, was I wrong. Not only did he get the job done, he was beautifully efficient in what he did. Beautifully efficient. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming at all. Just hopped on his back, sitched in that choke. Initially, I thought Cody would get out of it. Aljo thought, nah, beat you down a little bit more, pitch back more on that choke. This time his arm was right under his chin. He had nowhere to go. Had to tap out. In fact, in the end, he passed out. so it was beautiful work. I got to give him credit. Go on then, let this guy brag. Go on then. I know you love
Aljo the backpack. So, yo, listen. I said about this guy's gym, his jiu-jitsu. The man was talking about he ain't got no hands. And I said one thing.
Can you mute him, Chig? And
I said one thing. So when Will said on Friday, that the moment for him that counted Aljo out was when Aljo went to do an interview to say Sanhagen was good everywhere. You remember that? And I said, yes, just because he said he's good everywhere, that shows me that Aljo's done his due diligence.
Could I just say before you carry on? To be fair to Will, he is consistent. He don't like when fighters show weaknesses in interviews. Remember, we had the same discussion last week about who was
Ferguson.
it?
It's Ferguson. It was Ferguson.
Ferguson
yeah.
was just saying
that's
that.
That's why I went with Gagey. Yeah.
So he is consistent at least with his thought process. Well,
but from what I was saying, you can't say just
Ola
because
took the opposite view to it. Ola, see,
no,
that was beautiful.
Look.
What's beautiful? No. What's beautiful is I took my view from what he said, and Ola took the view of. Well, that means that Aljo has actually done. He's studied proper. Yeah,
I'm still here, by the way.
From one point, the views we had it's just an amazing effect of the view. That's what Ola's trying to get across.
That's all it was. I mean, that fight could have gone either way. Either way, it could have gone either way because they're both amazing fighters, and much respect to those guys. That's why both of them are contenders. You know, both respect to that guys. One just wanted it more than the other, and I just thought,
Aljo. Did you see how hype he was?
He was so hyped. He was so hyped. I'm so happy for him, and you know, like I didn't just say he was gonna win. I also said he will get performance of the night.
Yeah.
So that's how gun smoking Aljo was. I didn't just say he was gonna win. I also predicted he'll get fight of the he'll get performance of the night. And you're welcome. So you know, predictions are spot on this week, man. I'm feeling great about it. And
now don't come to my house and remind me anymore. Don't come to my house and remind me anymore. Okay?
Don't worry, I'll be there all week, man.
Oh God.
So he was very efficient. I don't know, Cody just did not get started. But Aljo probably deserved that credit. Aljo didn't allow Cody to get started because had that fight going on for a while longer, who knows what would have happened. So.
I know. If he got out of that, little thing, that little triangle with his legs, I don't know what would have happened because Corey is very good on the ground too.
And to be fair to both of you said the only way Aljo gets this done is get Sanhagen in trouble early, like proper early. So to be fair to both of you, you both got that right. But all in all, you know, Sanhagen he got the L, and you can't blame him because it's a pressure fight. It's a pressure fight. It's a pressure fight.
His first L in UFC. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a pressure fight.
In the octagon.
No, I think he's lost two. I think he's lost two before.
Let
me just check.
Go check. First loss. They even said it. That's his first L in the octagon.
In the octagon. Okay, well, it's his second loss overall. So what was his first loss in a ring?
Probably because in US they do ring MMA, don't they?
Yeah, true.
So it's his first loss in the octagon. So. Okay.
Well done to Aljo. I like Aljo, so I don't mind. No problem.
It was too quick though for my liking because it was. You know what happened? So as the fight started, I kind of like dozed off a little second, and all I got was to scream at Ola.
I saw the picture. Don't worry, I saw the picture.
Woke me the fuck back up. Just to realize that Aljo was fucking going for his neck.
Okay.
And I was like, it's like 4 minutes 20 seconds. What the fuck happened?
You know when I knew it was the end? When Aljo got figure four on him, and when he got that body lock, I'm like, that's it for you, mate. That's it. It's over because
that's typical Matt Sarah, isn't it? That the body lock.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like you ain't going nowhere now. It's over for you. From when that body lock got synced, I was like, this is done. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of time now.
Can I say one thing though? Ola almost before the fight started, almost moonwalked.
Okay.
What? Are you mad? Was I not show? Did I not rewind back Aljo's highlight reels for you? And what them man they were saying?
Let me tell you.
What are you talking about?
Listen, just before he entered the ring, they said.
I remember.
Okay, all right.
I remember.
All right.
I was so pissed off and I got shook when I didn't see Masera cornering Aljo. And I was like, holy shit. No, man, I don't know how this is going to turn up now.
I'm in that camp as well because I knew that Ray I can't remember his second name. I knew that the head coach, that Ray guy, wasn't going to be there.
Ray
Longo wasn't going to be there. Yeah. But I thought Masera was going to be there. When I didn't see Masera, I was like,
Masera didn't turn out. It wasn't like Ala Quinta there. I'm like, what the fuck is this? That I ain't feeling this. Why have I got Ala Quinta there? Like, no.
Panicking.
Yeah.
No, but he did what? Fair play to him. And
yeah, man.
Does he get the title shot ahead of Aldo? I doubt it. But does he face the winner of Jan Aldo? Maybe. Maybe.
But that division is a fucked up shit, though. Me and Ola were discussing this yesterday. That division's on some fucked up shit. How is the number 1 and 2 not fighting? Yeah. How is the number 1 contender who's
and number 3 and number 6 is fighting?
You know, from time now. Remember me and Ola talking about it? What was it last week when Dana was like, well, Peter Yan will definitely fight
somebody
the vacancy, and I'm like, and Aljo?
Hey?
That was what I was in my mind. I was thinking, and Aljo? Like, who else are you thinking
Aljo was
about?
number 2 anyway. Aljo's number 2. Moraes
is number 1. It doesn't make no sense.
Aljo as well.
It doesn't make
Aljo too.
To me, those two are the standouts of that division. Let them fight.
Yeah, exactly. Aljo's already lost to Moraes, yeah. Aljo's looking way better than Moraes now. What a better time than to make the fight for the title?
Yeah, and to be honest, Aljo was winning that fight until that, what was it, like a flying knee or something like that?
He fell into the knee.
It was a brutal knockout, don't get me wrong. But I think you do a lot better against Moraes now, to be honest. And from Moraes' point of view, he just needs one of these guys to win the title so that he can get back in the mix, because at the moment, he's obviously had a recent title shot, lost quite badly. He needs to just jump back in there now.
But listen. When John Jones got suspended the first time, he just beaten Cormier. Yeah. And then what was the next fight they made for the title? Cormier versus Gustafsson.
True. But that's a lot of the reason why I'm happy that Cormier's got his heavyweight title success, because people always found him to be an illegitimate champion because of that. Rightly or wrongly, I'm not here to debate that. What I'm saying is people have found that to be the case. So now that he's become a heavyweight champion, people are like, yeah. Cormier is one of the best ever. He's one of the best ever when you think about it. So I'm glad he now gets that respect.
Yeah, I like Cormier, man. I ain't gonna.
I knew he was gonna spoil it.
Anybody who doesn't respect Cormier's achievements in light heavyweight as a champion, who says he did get his title legitimately, and that then does believe that John Jones is perfectly fine to fight with performance enhancement drugs, because ever since we see that he ain't used it. He ain't finished anybody.
Ever since those pictograms ran out,
he's only finished. Yeah,
it ain't been clean performances.
The only person he finished was the day he got found. The last picogram in him,
Gustafsson.
Yeah, and that was the day they moved it. The one day moved the event for him. And he got found positive. So
that's why I think that Francis fight is close, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I think it's close, because he's got, unless he finds some more super secret juice for that fight. I don't know how he beats Francis in some ways.
Yeah, but he'll wrestle him. He won't finish him. He'll wrestle him. He won't finish him. He won't finish him.
We digress. Let's finish the card. Okay. The best knockout of the night, and considering Sugar Shane, what is the matter with me, right?
Sugar Sean.
Considering his was really good. This one, wow. Assanio versus Cody Garbrandt. Sensao. Go on, Will. Lead with this.
Okay. All I can say is Kobe hit a home run. He did a baseball motherfucking turn and hit a home run. Yeah. On the buzzer. Yeah. Cody, I said to Ola before, right, when the fight started, about 2 minutes in, I said to Ola, I think Cody's looking the best he's ever looked, ever. I said, even better than Dominic Cruz. He's looking quick and everything. Ola Ola wasn't really into it yet because Ola was going back and forth on his phone. I don't know what's going on. Twitter and so
tweeting.
He wasn't
You know
really
what
paying
Ola's like when
attention.
UFC's are tweeting.
Yeah, he was going back, so he was like, yeah. Start answering me, but not really answering me. And then Ola actually put the phone down and was watching.
Nah, it was clean.
He
It
looks
was
hella
nice.
quick. He looks hella
clean.
quick. He looks really quick.
I was very impressed.
Oh God.
And I'm never impressed by Cody really during a fight. I think he's a great trainer, but during a fight,
How are you gonna bet me up that I was on Twitter when you were sleeping and I caught your camera and sent it to Chig blood? And I didn't bring that up. I was being a gentleman. I didn't bring that up. And Chig tell the people how this guy was falling asleep through the magnified blood. You know what I mean? I just don't want to bet that I was on Twitter.
You were going back and forth.
Come on,
I don't know who you were going back and forth with. Listen, when you get into an engagement, you do get
You can't do that, man.
I held my hands up. I didn't fall asleep.
Oh my God.
I'm going,
Got on camera, man.
You got videos. I held my hands up.
What I would say, so in terms of Cody, I think for anyone who doesn't know, essentially it was a clean performance. First round, I thought he boxed beautifully, literally just moving side to side. A Susan, I can never say it properly. A Susan Sao. Is that how you say it?
A Sun Sao.
A Sun Sao. He basically he looked kind of slow. Like every time Cody would throw three, he'd throw one. It was a stiff one, but that was all it was. So from Cody's point of view,
Cody was moving super fast though.
He was just moving quick, staying on the outside, bam, bam, bam. Did a couple of sweeps. I was like, rotted, okay. Came on the outside, boxed beautifully. Honestly, I thought he was doing really, really well. And then I think he kind of thought, you know what? I can take this guy's punch. So in the second round, he started being a little bit more aggressive, taking a little bit more risks. But I must admit, I never saw that shotgun of a right hand coming. Like you say, it was just a home run right. Just thought, fuck it. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
Literally, the right hand came from behind him. And he just swung it.
Home run.
And my man was sent for a loop. I don't know if you saw the end of the fight. They tried to put him on a chair.
Yes, we did.
Flopping off the chair. Oh my goodness. I have not seen someone react like that to a knockout in a while. In a while. I mean, some O2 in a way.
Let's put this in perspective because I cost Joe Rogan last night. As will. When he tried to say Sugar Sean's walk away knockout was the best knockout of all time, I said, bro, hold your horses, man. The fight ain't done yet, man. You know what I mean? Hold your horses. Because we know that Cody Nolan got a nasty knockout power. So let's just wait. Just hold your horses. And DC, like the gentleman that it was.
No wonder he's praising DC right now.
DC, like the gentleman that it was, said, hey, Joe Rogan, let's not start talking about walk away knockout. We see Mark Hunt do this time and time again. You know what I mean? Like, slow your roll, you know. And for Cody to come out and he didn't just do it in that fashion, but to do it on the Clarkson. To do that on the Clarkson. Dana White said, I don't know if you lot seen the press conference yet, but Dana said that's the best knockout he's seen in his whole career. And he's seen a lot of things. That guy has seen a lot of knockouts. He said the whole drama leading to it, the way he knocked him out on the Clarkson, the way the man dropped, the whole not being able to sit on it. Said that is probably the best knockout he's seen his entire career of doing this whole thing. That's how mad that knockout is. And like Will said yesterday, while Joe Rogan is trying to big up Sugar Sean's knockout, Cody is saying, hold my beer.
Also, to go back to why I think Sugar Shane will be fast tracked.
Sugar Sean.
Sugar Sean. Yeah. The reason being, UFC have this thing they do, this trend they do. If you start getting bigged up by Joe Rogan, on his podcast.
Yes.
Better recognize that soon, big
That's
things
true.
for you. Adesanya.
You get
Adesanya.
you get to stardom. You're going to stardom.
He's Danish shield. He's Danish shield. That 100%. When Joe Rogan starts boosting someone out of nowhere, you're like, all right, easy. That's because UFC plan a push and a half for that person.
Now you understand what I mean by they're gonna fast track this guy. Just like Adesanya. Remember, Joe Rogan and his guy, our guy Brendan, had an argument about this. Yeah, when Brendan said, "But who is he? He ain't nobody. He ain't done nothing." Joe Rogan was like, "What the fuck you mean? Who is he?" Like, got into a whole. You remember? This is what I'm trying to say to you. Yeah, Sugar Shane is gonna get. I'm not looking at. I understand you guys. I understand what you think and what is right and what you.
To be honest, I don't think. I think we're not necessarily opposing each other. What I'm saying is, this is what I would do.
That's what I'm saying as well.
You're probably right.
You're probably right. You're probably correct.
Right.
Because we saw them do it. We saw them do it to Askren as well. We saw them do it to Askren. Askren went on Joe Rogan's show. Next thing you know, is right in there.
This is what I'm trying to say to you, right? This is what I'm trying to say. Like when Joe said this is probably the best World Cup knockout, in my head I said, oh my god, they started the hype train. They started this thing again. So they're gonna fast track this kid. They're gonna and that's why I was saying what I was saying. I'm saying it based on I've seen the signs now. This kid's gonna get fast. What do you guys think should happen, and what could happen or what should happen? But I'm trying to tell you what I see is going to happen because Joe Rogan already, and he even tried to defend himself a bit with Comey. He even tried to go back and forth with Comey, going, "Yeah, but I think this is come on, Mark Hunt's done way. Mark Hunt, you can give a top 10 of Mark Hunt's walk-off fucking knockout. Give a top 10 of them. And what's his name in 5 of them? I bet you won't be in the top 5.
Can I just add something?
Go on. Land.
I think Triple C pulled up the biggest coup by walking away when he did. If you look at the state of the bantamweight division right now, everybody did the amount of knockouts flying about. Triple C must be thinking, holy smoke.
Now that's not the problem with him. That's what the problem with him. Who did he fight in bantamweight?
Hold on. Before you start.
He wanted to fight Aldo and Dominic Cruz. Yeah. So shut your mouth before you come with your dominant MMA bullshit. Because I've heard it all of last night with a flash review where you were reminding me in every fucking receipt you got.
Cody No Love, Dominance MMA. Just say you walked right into the trap, blood. You walked right into the trap, blood. Cause you know love, man. You walked right. You snuck feet right into the trap, blood. You know.
Oh man.
Cause you know love, man. Say nothing.
Anyway, brilliant performance from Cody, and according to Archie, Dana's apparently said it in his conference that Cody will have the next shot. If he goes ahead of Aljo, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'll lose my mind. I mean, surely not. What is Dana's problem with Aljo? I don't understand.
Yeah, but you haven't seen Dana's press conference then, because like I said, if you've seen it, then you'd know. He's already.
What did he say?
Sterling's getting the next shot after Peter Yan and Aldo. Sterling is next. End of story.
Where did the come from?
That's just media drumming the bullshit.
Bro,
they already said it. Aljo is next in line. Aljo gets the winner, Peter Yan and Jose Aldo. That's it.
All right.
So
okay, and finally, let's go on to the main event. This was a snuff film. It was a snuff film. There was no other way of looking at it. That is Amanda Nunes versus Felicia Spencer. The best thing I can say for Felicia Spencer, my gosh, that is a tough woman. She's tough. I'll give her that. She can take some licks because she was.
Will was calling her an idiot at the end of the night.
She was getting served them all night long. And what really disappointed me about Felicia Spencer is I fully expected her for some stupid reason to have the advantage wrestling-wise. And actually, what I didn't account for was that Nunes was just stronger.
I tried to tell you guys.
It was just strong. It was just.
I tried to tell you, man. I tried to tell. I did try to tell you, man. But go on and talk land. I will not interrupt. Carry on, my friend.
He's got millions to say now. He's got millions to say about Amanda now.
I know, and especially when I saw this fight play out. Because to be fair to Ola, it played out like you said it would play out. It's just that we need to put respect on Amanda's name. Archie's gloating as well because he also said the same thing in the chat room. And we both. I mean, I predicted Nunes, but I must admit, I thought it would be a struggle. This was her easiest fight of the lot. Of all of her title defenses, this was her easiest fight. It was light work. In fact, to the point where it was difficult to watch.
She's lost one title defense though in my eyes. She's lost one title defense in my eyes, but that's a different argument.
To be honest, I feel bad because I was simply rooting for the fight to just continue to the end so I could win a little bit of money. Just a little bit of money. And I managed to do that. So,
I tried to squeeze something out of you lot before the fight, man. You both chicken out on me, bro.
Nah, man.
I tried to squeeze something out of you, man.
We knew what would happen.
I had a bad feeling.
We knew what would happen.
I was curious, but I wasn't confident. I was curious that maybe she might. And this is the thing. Poor Megan Agason, right? Did you hear Joe Rogan? They were talking about who is left. Who is left in either division?
Megan Agason got beat by her.
And they basically were like, I think DC went, so what about Megan Agason, right? They were like, listen, Megan Anderson ain't on this level, right? Megan Anderson was on Twitter like, I'll prove him wrong. Go look at her replies, bro. It ain't good. It ain't good.
What people are going in on?
Let's be real. You will hurt yourself. You go against Amanda Nunes. You will hurt yourself.
That's self-harming, man. You know what I mean? Getting in the octagon with Amanda Nunes is self-harming, man.
The only person who wants to get in the octagon with her, and everyone's kind of like segueing it, like
we're not back to this bullshit again, man.
The only person she lost against.
They mentioned it on commentary. He's not wrong. He mentioned it on commentary. The only person that is any form of challenge, and at this point, I'm not sure she is, but she's size, and that's Valentina. Valentina's the
You just said the key word there. You just said the key word there. And I know you like Valentina.
It was always the issue.
Chig, I know how much you love Valentina, Chig, yeah? And you know you don't want her stock to go down. If Valentina fights Amanda and loses, what do you think happens to her stock?
The only thing I would say to her is squeeze Amanda down to 135, first and foremost. And then just see what happens. That's the best chance she has.
Well,
all I don't want to see 135. All I don't want to see 135. That's what Ola says. Ola says I don't want to see 135 because
it's happened there twice.
Even though Ola admitted
it's happened twice.
No, hang on. No. You admit the last fight 135.
Last fight 135. She's lost at 135, man. Like, I mean, she's lost to her 135. I don't want to see it again. Bro, I love Valentina. Come on, man, Chig. You know how much we both love Valentina.
No, you don't.
Come on. I don't want to see. I don't want to see her legacy get battered up like that. She's got two losses on her resume.
But you're saying it. You're saying it from but you're saying it from the perspective where you think Amanda's gonna win. What if Shevchenko wins then? How about that on Amanda's legacy? How about that then?
The stock goes
How about that then?
But what are the chances?
Yeah, but how about Amanda's legacy, though? You keep saying about, I don't want this to happen to Shevchenko. I don't want this to happen. What about if that happens?
I guarantee you don't put £100 on it if it happens.
How about when it happens? I will. How about when it happens, I will?
We know it would now. We know it would now. You know why? Well, you know why? Because you know how we know it wouldn't now? You know why we know it wouldn't? Because Dana already cancelled that and said that shit ain't happening. It's Whaley.
Dana said women won't fight in UFC.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me
women don't fight in UFC.
Let me finish. He said Whaley is going to have 2 more fights. Listen, 1 or 2 more fights.
Like I said, when it suits you, yeah.
Hold on. Then you say your piece, right? He already said in the press conference, right? Whaley is next for Shevchenko for a super fight to go up to 125 from 115. Now we know the fight, the last defeat to Shevchenko by Amanda happened at 135, and he also said 20 pounds is too much for Amanda to drop to go to 125 and try and fight Shevchenko there. It's too much of a drop. So basically, just gonna bring Whaley up and let Whaley fight Shevchenko, and he sees that's a more viable fight, and that's a more winnable fight as well.
It's a fresh fight. Let's face it.
Exactly, and both fighters, from a business perspective, don't lose nothing, because if Whaley goes to 125 and loses, she still keeps her 115 strap, and Shevchenko gets a win.
If Shevchenko goes up to 135,
it's a win-win for Dana. Chig, do you see the logic in that? It's a win-win for Dana.
No,
if she goes up to 125.
You seriously, you think Amanda's gonna fight in 125? It's not gonna happen in 125. It's gonna happen in 135. She's gonna step up.
See it in 135. We don't want to see it again. Dana said that. He don't want to see it again. He already said it in the press conference.
Dana's got a picture of Amanda in his fucking office. The only 2 fighters Dana's got pictures of is Amanda and Conor. The only 2, he said it himself. I'm protecting this motherfucking bitch. She ain't fighting Shevchenko anymore.
Some respect on the GOAT's name. She stands alone, blood. She stands alone.
Shevchenko beat her.
They have to hope that a champion comes from another organization and challenges her, because as things stand, Amanda's on an island on her own. She's so good, and she's only 32, so it's not like you say to her, maybe you should retire. It's not her fault she's so good. She runs 2 divisions. She's a champion of 2 divisions. No one can touch her. She's the GOAT for a reason. So I feel like for her, in a way, I do agree with Ola. I feel like you just leave Shevchenko alone. I think Shevchenko's next super fight is Whaley Zhang. I think she beats Whaley, to be honest. I think from what we saw with the Joanna fight, I think Shevchenko is faster.
I think she racked those Whaley.
So, and I
we get a super fight. Everybody gets paid. Nobody loses their strap. It's good business strategy for Dana. You just look at it.
That, like,
no one loses their strap. Who's losing the strap?
Amanda barely makes it to 135. What makes you think the fight is gonna happen at fucking 125? She was struck.
That's what I'm trying to say. We don't want to see her 135. And Amanda's not going to go down to 125. So that fight's not going to happen.
That's the only place the fight can happen in 135.
But it's not happening.
Whether you want to see or not.
Look, actually, just why should Amanda fight her again, though? That's a good question. Answer that, Will.
Because she's the last person who beat Amanda. She's the last person who beat Amanda. Even though the judges didn't say it was. She's the last person who beat Amanda.
When?
The last time they fought. You and I both watched it. Stop trying to fucking act because the cameras are on right now. Stop trying to act in front of the cameras.
The last time I checked. The last time I checked in the record books,
because you gave me money.
Amanda won that fight.
Remember, you gave me money. You gave me the money even before the judges announced it.
I took my money back, blood, because the judges say, "Yo, give me the money."
But that's what I'm saying. The judges say,
I got the refund straight away, blood. The refund came fast.
But that's what I'm saying. The judges saved you. You already knew. When you finished,
those are the only people that mattered, man. You know what I mean? Those are the only people that mattered. The judges.
That's what. Now you understand why Ola doesn't want her anywhere near Amanda. I mean, I'm not anywhere near Shevchenko. You understand why?
I like Shevchenko.
I like Shevchenko.
Yeah, man.
I like her too. I want to get her.
Okay. Let's. So I guess. Yeah. Sorry, it is me. It's me with the background noise. It is what it is. Washing machines on, DP. It is what it is. But I hope everyone is well. Please do stick a like on this video. Hit the subscribe button.
Hey, one more.
Already. Go on.
Connor.
Oh yeah, we're going into that. We're literally about to go into that. But please do stick a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. This seems to be the subject that everybody keeps bringing up in the chat. This White Skeleton is clearly very passionate about Dana underpaying his staff. It seems to have been quite an emotional couple of weeks for Dana in terms of people arguing about him. You know, first we saw Henry Cejudo seemingly retire out of nowhere. We knew that it would take money to keep him. Dana was like, nah, I'm going to let you bounce. Then John Jones, out of nowhere, 1 minute he was trying to make a super fight with Ngannou. The next minute he's asking to be released. Like, okay, what is going on? Then Jorge came from nowhere on Friday, had a similar sort of issue, saying that, you know, that they're not paying him the right amount for a super fight, and that if they don't want to pay him the right amount, allow him to leave. He's an independent contractor, allow him to leave. And now, Conor has seemingly retired out of nowhere after saying he was keen to have a season. Yeah, he seems to have retired from nowhere, citing the fact that, you know, there's nothing out there that excites him, which is usually code for, well, I'm not being paid enough, I don't need to do this, so I'm going home. Will, you like a controversy, so let's start with you. What do you think is going on here?
Conor's doing his normal thing, and he's doing his normal thing. He's not being spoken about. So he's actually trying to get some attention. If you notice, all week by the UFC, and these are things I also watch, like the subconscious side of stuff, right? All week, all the UFC's been going on about is goats.
Thank you, William, for touching on it. Thank you.
Nobody's mentioned his name. In none of them. In none of the arguments, his name has not been mentioned. They keep talking goats. It's kind of like, it's kind of funny, deliberate, kind of in a deliberate way. Just deliberately talk. Joe Rogan emphasized that as well at the end of the whole event. GOAT, you're the GOAT, you're the greatest of all time, greatest female athlete, you know, you're the greatest of all time. GOAT.
Forget the greatest female, you're just the greatest of all time.
And then when Joe was putting the names and the numbers together in that, Conor's name was not appearing in anywhere. Yeah. All of a sudden, I retire right after the event. I think the subconscious is just caught onto him. He just caught onto like, shit. These guys are trying to, like, you know what I mean? Just talk a whole bunch of shit. But if it's money as well, that I feel he's trying to get attention. But if it's money, yeah, then all of these fighters, I mean, they should look at themselves, because it's the prima donnas, yeah, who are actually, yeah, the ones who are crying. Yeah. The prima donnas are the ones who are crying. Those who don't get paid anything, yeah, seem to be happy with whatever UFC is doing for them during this COVID period. Yeah,
because they have a job at the end of the day.
Yep, but it's the prima donna, and I bet it's because their last fight was probably 10 mil, and this time they won 12 mil, and he's saying, nah, I could only give you 8 because of what's going on. And they're like, no, the fuck you want? What? We ain't going backwards, but they need to understand it's the period of time. There ain't no gate. Until there is a gate, yeah, we will really see the numbers. We will really see what the UFC can do. Yeah. Unless there ain't a gate, yeah, we will never ever see what can really happen. What the length is they can go with giving people money. And I've been saying to you, Conor ain't gonna fight this year. What I tell you guys, Conor is not gonna fight this year until there is what you call it, a gate. Conor ain't gonna fight. You lot were saying to me, no. Well, not you, Chig, but Ola was saying, nah, if Dana wants him to fight, he wants to fight on Fight Island. He wants to, and I'll say to you, I can't see it happening. Conor, think about it. Conor's like a lottery dip for them. Yeah, he's like a lottery dip for them. It's not just UFC that wins; it's the whole Vegas wins. when Conor comes to fight. Do you get what I mean? All Vegas waits a lottery. So from that perspective, you got to pay the guy, and whatever he demanded, they knew they'd get it back anyway.
Yeah,
they knew they'd get back anyway. But now there is no gate. There is no
to pay these
guarantees.
Yeah.
So now the prima donnas, the big people, they're gonna suffer. They're the ones who are gonna suffer. And now they're bitching about it. And that's the funny thing is, those guys who are being paid way less down, who are happy with everything that's going on. Like, listen to RDS. RDA, I mean. He was saying how much thank the UFC for he had only one fight, but now they've given him an extended contract and this, that, thank the UFC, even Chael got pissed off and said, no, you should be the UFC thanking you for doing what you did for them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So when you have them ones who are humble, those ones, and then it was after that Dana rang him and said, you know what? Nah. I'm giving you this. I'm giving you that. You're a humble guy. And gave him a whole different contract. Now these guys, I deserve. In this period of time, your argument, it's not. Yeah. What it was bragging about.
Gosh, your audio is struggling, bro. By the way.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So, hold on. Is it me or can you hear that?
I can hear you still. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No. Can you hear Will's audio? Is that okay?
Yeah, I can hear Will. I can hear it was tuning out a little bit. It was tuning out a little bit and came back in. It's almost like an internet lagging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
go on.
No, go on.
No, you finish. And I'll add to your point.
I feel like in this period of time, the fighters cannot really say anything. And I know as fans will feel like they're not getting paid as much in that, but I feel like they're not getting they can't argue anything, especially not this year. With a gate, I will stand by any argument. I'll stand by any fighter's argument. Without a gate, though, you can't. Come on, you can. They ain't got no money to give anybody. Do you get what I'm saying? They're not making any money from anywhere. They're only making money from pay-per-views in America. We're not even getting charged pay-per-views over here. We're getting the fights free. So there you go. So they're losing a lot of money. And then someone's got to take a hit. If the big guy's got to take a hit, then come on, just take the hit for once. I mean, this will be over. Next year, if you fight with a big gate, you'll probably get rewarded for taking a hit this year. You know what I mean? You never know with the UFC.
Okay. These guys are just saying in the chat room, yeah. See, I thought it was just me, but Archie says, yeah, with headphones you can hear the noise. And VP says, yeah, that was the noise he was talking about earlier. Now, my washing machine's off, so it can't be that. It must be.
Yeah, mine's on now. My washing machine is on now in the kitchen, so I just said that to VP just now. So we look, we all got families, man. So you can never have total silence. You know what I mean? You're never gonna have total silence. So bear with us, man. You know what I mean? It's a Sunday. Things is going on in the house, so bear with us. And what I was gonna add to what Will said as well, from what Dana said. From what Dana said in the press conference, Jones just had a new contract. Yeah, just signed a few months ago. He's got 7 fights left on his deal that was negotiated at a certain price.
Interesting. Okay.
Masvidal just had a new contract.
Yeah.
After the Nate fight, only a few months ago, he's got 7 fights left on his contract. So he says, so how would you feel if you had a contract with somebody just a few months ago, and they're coming to you now saying they want more money than what's on the contract? You're bound by the contract. You don't have. He said, "Listen, you don't have to fight, but I have to do my part and offer you the fight. If you say no, that's your prerogative. You don't have to fight, but to keep our end of the deal, we'll offer you the fight. We'll offer you the 7 fights. What's on your deal? It's up to you to turn them down."
Well, yeah, apparently Dana is contractually obliged to offer them up to 3 fights a year.
Exactly.
If they turn them down, that's their business.
So they both got 7 fights. They both got 7 fights left.
Yeah.
So if you got 7 fights left at a negotiated price, at a negotiated amount, you can then look. If you wanted a bump here and there, if it's a super fight or whatever, they can understand the reason and they can understand why, and they'll probably, give that to you. And like you said, even with Amanda, look at the fight she just had. She's on free. She got 350 grand. This is what I was saying about the women's division and how they don't moan about money. They don't moan about none of these things. They just get on with it. The women just get on with it. I've never heard Shevchenko moving up weight to fight and start moaning about money. They just deal with it. Joanna, the same thing. Moved up weight to go and fight Shevchenko. No, none of this talk about money.
It's about pride and legacy for them. It's about pride and legacy.
Exactly. They just get on with it, And these guys, they know how to open the book on them and say, listen, these guys, they're on contract. They got 7 fight deals at a negotiated price. So to change that negotiated price, go and win the title. Yeah. Go and win the title. Masvidal, go and win the title, and then you will get all the pay-per-view money that comes with being a champion. You don't get pay-per-view money that comes with being a BMF. It don't work like that. You know what I mean? Nah. They don't work like that.
Masvidal's my guy as well,
You know what I mean? So you will get everything that comes on the back end of being a champion, all that pay-per-view money. So you can't be on a 7 fight deal of a contract that you just signed and then start talking about release me. You got 7 fight deal.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is that, do you think this retirement is just basically Dana's way of saying, listen, in order for us to give you the money that you want, we need your gate. We're not getting gates at the moment. So what we're going to do, we don't need you for a fight until we get our gates back.
Bro, you know what Dana said?
I know what Conor said, I know what Conor said to Dana. Yo, Fight Island, I'm headlining. I'm the guy, okay? Bang, put the phone down. Dana rings back. This year, you ain't doing shit. Nigga, you ain't doing shit. Yeah? This shit. Really, if I'm not doing nothing this year, that's it. I am quitting. Bye. See you later. Call me when you got my money. Bye.
Yeah, and you know, for one thing, what Dana said, Dana's already said this. I don't give a fuck. I'm not begging nobody to fight. I don't give a fuck. I ain't begging nobody to fight. You don't have to fight if you don't want to fight. The people that want to fight will fight. Yeah. Like we saw yesterday. There's loads of people that want to fight. None of them's talking about money. They're talking about opportunity. Opportunity weighs a lot.
And I like Jorge. I do. I really like Jorge. I do think he overvalues his worth to that division. And I think Dana will just be like, all right, you don't want to fight? Cool. The welterweight division is stacked anyway. I'll just move on to the next. And I feel like Jorge just needs to relax a little bit and just really think it through. Like, what exactly is it that you're after? Because
Jorge's panicking right now.
We don't have gates.
Jorge's panicking.
If you want the title shot, here, it's yours. I've said it to people. You're next. If you're not next, then I'm going to move on to the next guy.
Jorge also bitched because they made Gilbert Burns number 1, and he could see the print. He could see everything happening. He could see himself losing the fight, and then started bitching hard. Yeah. He saw himself losing the chance to fight Usman and fought. Oh shit, this guy's I've fucked around so long that this guy's gonna get an opportunity ahead of me. So let me start bitching more to make it look like it's the UFC who is stopping me from doing this. Your boy, why not? Yeah, your boy, why not? With the numbers, with the numbers. But that's what happens with your organization. This is why I say Dana shouldn't be running boxing. When you lot say Dana should be running boxing, boxers make way more money than 350.
Well, I saw you said that.
How much you think Clarissa Shields gets? Clarissa Shields would say she don't even want to do what's her name's match for $2 million. The fight with
Luna's fight.
Ali's daughter. I know Ali's daughter. Layla Ali.
Yeah.
She don't want to do it.
I don't want to see that fight either. I for what? And then Layla Ali's been retired for how long? Look at that. I don't want to see that fight.
I know, exactly. But if she's talking that kind of money, yeah, that should tell you boxing's got way more money. So if you say Dana should come into boxing and run boxing, how many people do you think are going to get pissed off?
Bro, they're talking about, how much is it they're talking about Tyson and Holyfield now? Supposedly I saw 5 million the other day being banded around.
Yeah.
Who's paying that?
Yeah.
I mean, look, from what they...
But boxing, they'll find it. For some reason, boxing, they'll find it.
Then I even said it. Conor's made so much money that he don't even need to fight again. He said that proper 12 is sold an obscene amount, guilty as charged. Conor sold an obscene amount of proper 12. He don't need to fight again. You know what I mean? So, but look, the guy is a superstar. And like you said, when it comes to Vegas, they all win the lottery. You know, he's a superstar, and everybody wants a slice of whatever cake that he's offering. And at the end of the day, he's that guy. He's that guy that everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody wants something to do with fighting on his card or fighting against him, because it's a payday. It's a crazy payday. And but look, this is the third time in 4 years of saying he's retiring. How many times he's going to retire for us to believe that he's really retiring? So
until every time he comes back, they give him more money. Every time he comes back, they give him more money.
Until we really see that he's really retired, I'm just going to take this with a pinch of salt. Until it's not like he's going to vacate anything. So all he's gonna do is be taken out of the USADA pool. That's it. So until I see that, at least see that he's been taken out of the USADA pool, I'm not believing any of that. So we all go away and see what happens with it.
Yeah, for me, when I saw the news, I was just like, all right, then, Conor, I'll see you in 9 months. That was my attitude. Because I understood it pretty much the way you guys have mentioned it. I understood that Dana would have had a very frank conversation with him. And maybe Conor was pushing to fight on the island, who knows. And then they said, listen, you might as well relax, because we need your game. And we don't have your game. So I suppose that harks back to the point that Will was making, I think it was last week, where he said that, he didn't expect Conor to fight again. I think he was absolutely correct. I think there was, Conor keeps him in business, quite frankly. And I feel like until they are able to make another star like Conor, who has so much crossover appeal, or short of winning Nate back, they need those games. Until they can have those games, you're just better off telling these guys to sit down. So I do think it's a pay issue, but I don't think it's the same pay issue as John Jones.
The other guys, yeah.
It's just a different type of pay issue. Yeah. I think it is what it is. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
But it all boils that. Remember what you said, Chig, about great promoters. I have never heard a promoter say any bad word when it comes to money involving Eddie Hearn. So you guys feel like this guy could run boxing? Really?
I'm just saying.
Why run boxing?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It is what it is.
You're always finding a way to bash Eddie Hearn.
No.
To bash Eddie Hearn. Come on, man. Leave the guy alone, man.
I actually just bigged him up. I'm saying with what he said about Eddie Hearn, and he's never heard any fighter talk about money when it comes to deal with Eddie, right?
No. What I said was, you never hear law problems when it comes to Eddie Hearn. Contractual issues.
Whichever.
Yeah.
But you hear with Dana, though. You hear with Dana, but all I want him to run boxing. That's all I'm saying.
You couldn't do it in boxing anyway. It's impossible now.
Yeah, I know it is.
And there's too much money in it
One
now.
thing I know is if it runs boxing, we'll all get the fights that we want to see much faster, much quicker. That's for sure.
No. Fighters will still say no. Yeah, fighters will still say no to fights.
What you need to do, Ola, is to get everybody under an umbrella.
One umbrella.
And that would be impossible in itself. But if you're managing to do that,
it's how the sport is structured, isn't it? Yeah, I hear you. It's how the sport is
structured. My words, our headmen would love to do that. By the way, so would any other promoter. Would love to do that. To keep their shit in-house and to promote their own promotion as the headline of that sport.
Their organization. Yeah.
It's just so difficult now. There's so much money in boxing that when you have that much money in boxing, there is more promotion.
Listen. Not UFC boxing. Listen.
In MMA, there's just not that much money in MMA, and even if there is, it's at a very, very high level, or creme de la creme, or starship, like a Conor McGregor. Outside of them, these guys are not getting that much dough. You know, like I can almost guarantee someone like a Dave Allen, for example, has earned a lot more money than, I would say, 40%.
All of them.
The UFC roster.
Or Masvidal.
100%.
Yeah.
This is Dave Allen we're talking about. Now, Ola, you probably have never even heard of it. Dave Allen.
The Rhino. The white Rhino.
It goes to show you that, like, there's no money in the UFC. There's no money in MMA. It kind of just is what it is. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. This was the review. We do reviews of all big cards. So the next time we'll do this, it'll be for 251. But we'll also next week, you know, there's a fight night next week. We'll talk briefly about that, including any other news. If there's been any further development with Conor McGregor, we'll also talk about that next week.
Let's go a little bit boxing heavy. We'll go big boxing heavy next week.
We'll go big boxing heavy next week, because I know we're neglecting it a little bit. So we'll definitely go back to a little bit more boxing. Ola and Will,
you got to drag Kenny in here, man. You got to drag Kenny in here.
I'm waiting for a big fight, though. To bring these two together, I'm waiting for a big fight. That's why. Kenny knows that. I've told him that. I'm waiting. Will, do you want to let the people know where they can find you?
Well, Will Esco on Twitter. Everybody knows that already. Everybody knows I already retweet every time we're gonna do the show. So check the guys who retweet, and you'll find me in there. Will Esco.
All right, and his link is in the description below. Ola, as always, do you want to let the people know where they can find you?
Black Scorpion Free on Twitter, Black Scorpion Free on Instagram. Come link man up there, engage you, man. You know what I mean? Don't be trying to slide all up in my DMs though. Unless you're born a woman. If you ain't born a woman, don't try and slide in my DMs. I'm just saying, blood, you get me.
And Capone. Shout out to Capone as well.
There you go. And you can find me on Insta, Duna_Evil_I, or the Kombat Show, which is literally at the Kombat Show, all one word, on Twitter, or at Colossal Chig, which is my own personal Twitter on Twitter. All those links are in the description below. Until next week, we'll be back as usual, 9:30 on Friday, and we'll catch you guys then. Take care.
Peace. Salute.
Peace.